guys, it's Sarah, and I wanted to go ahead and do kind of a little check-in for my 2016 reading goals and see how I'm doing so far. It is the beginning of June, and so we're almost halfway through the year, so I figured it's a good time to kind of check in and keep myself in check. So I have set myself a goal to read 60 books this year at least. Last year I read 62, so I figured if I could try to read at least as much as I read last year, I'd be very happy. So far, I have read 35, and I'm 58% to my goal, which is very exciting. So I'm definitely ahead as of right now. So if I can keep this steam going here for a little while, then I'm going to be good to go on that goal. Okay, so now I want to talk about my spreadsheet, because I talked about that I have a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet that I keep all of my books on. So I have a column for books that I own that I read and books that I own that I haven't read, and the numbers are staggeringly off. So I currently own, I believe, 545 books. Those are both physical books and on my Kindle. And then in the read column, when I started out the year, I had 39 in my read column. So 545, 39. That's not a good ratio. However, upon re-going through my list, I did not have Harry Potter in my read column. What is wrong with me? I don't know how Harry Potter missed the list, but I added those right in there. So adding those in there, I needed to make sure that I kind of kept that in mind for my goal, because I wanted to have at least 30 books read off of my shelves or on my Kindle. So I wanted to make sure that at least half of what I was reading this year was coming from something that I own versus something that I borrow or something that I get from the library. So because I added Harry Potter in there, my number went from starting with 39 to starting with 46. And I had originally said I wanted to have my goal be 70 books in the read column. So, but since I added 7 books in there anyway, I'm gonna up that by like 10. So I'm going to say by the end of this year, I'd like to have 80 books in my read column of books that I own. And as of right now, in the beginning of June, I have 67 books in the read column, so I am definitely on track to reach that goal as well. I also had a goal to read one faith-based book every 3 months, and so far I am on track to do that. I did read one in January. No, I read one in March, and I am also going to read another one for the month of June. So every 3 months, I'm just going to read a nonfiction faith-based book, and so far I'm good to go on that. I also wanted to try out 12 new to me authors, so just authors that I have never read before that seem to be pretty popular, and I have read 3 so far. I am a little bit behind on that goal, but so far I have read a book by Alexandra Bracken, I read a book by Colleen Hoover, and I read a book by Patrick Ness. So I definitely need to make sure I am getting on top of that goal, because we are 6 months into the year and I've only read 3 of the 12. So I'm definitely gonna have to be doubling up here pretty soon, but I'm still excited to do it. And for my series, I had 2 very specific goals for series this year, because series is something I am definitely concentrating on this year. I wanted to catch up or finish at least 10 different series that I am in the middle of, or that I know I can finish, that they are completed and I can finish them realistically. So I wanted to just make sure that I was either finishing or catching up on them, so that I'm kind of current on those. And so far, only 2. I finished one series, which is the Dexter series by Jeff Lindsay. I read book number 8, which was the final book, and so I finished that one. And then I caught up on another series, the Shopaholic series by Sophie Kinsella. I read 2 books from there, and that caught me up to the newest release. I also had a goal to start 5 new series at a minimum, and I have started 3 of them that I have decided I definitely want to continue on with. And I have read a couple, like, first in a series recently. Some of them were for review and some of them were for book club, but they weren't originally on my list to try out anyway. So I'm only kind of including things that are already on my list that I know I'm interested in. So if something else random comes up, I'm kind of not counting them. So the first one is Miss Peregrine trilogy. I did read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Really, really enjoyed it. I definitely want to continue on. I have the second book on my Kindle. I just need to go ahead and get started on it. And it's only a trilogy, so I know I can get through it pretty quickly. So that's one. The second one is the Selection series, and I read the Selection and the Elite. I am currently reading the one right now, which is the third book in the main trilogy, and then there are also 2 other books in the series that follow a different character. I will probably read those, but it's not a super high priority for me right now. As soon as I get through the main trilogy, then I'm just going to count that as the series. But I will also read the other 2 spin-off books on a different character, and I will also read the short stories. And then I also read the first book in the Snow Like Ashes trilogy, which is Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh, and I really enjoyed it. I do want to continue and read the other 2 books. So that is 3 series that were on my list that I have started and I definitely want to continue with. Okay guys, so that's it. That's how I'm doing on my goals so far. I'm really pretty happy with it. I do need to work on my new authors, but that's fairly easy to do. I just have to pick, you know, maybe 2 a month for the next couple of months so I can kind of catch up on that. And everything else is going really well. I'm really excited about it. I do have some series that I plan on getting to very quickly here that have been priorities for me this year, and I will include a link to my summer reading list video because I talk more in depth about those. And that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please let me know if you guys have set some goals for yourself this year and how you're doing on them as well. It's nice to have kind of a little check-in and keep yourself accountable for it. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.